G'day, this is Graham Thomas, coming from an absolutely stunning day in somewhere deep dark Australia. I want to make appeal to Google and YouTube, because YouTube and Google are the best thing in the world at the moment. YouTube is the most democratic thing on earth at the moment, and it allows all views to be put. It allows people to integrate intellectually far beyond what the general thesis is within communities these days, because of the restrictions of the media, political correctness and all the other things, what control what can be said because someone may be offended. Far too many people are offended not because of what's said, it's simply because they have no answer to what is said. And because they've got no answer to what they've said, because many people live not by a belief system but through ignorance, so they have to say they believe what others say to belong or stay within that association. And it doesn't matter whether that's Muslims, climate fanatics, or any part of the human society. Parochialism is a natural biological event. But it's about the nature of offensive language on comments and things like that in YouTube. I have no idea why people can issue death threats in comments, or swear, or use offensive language on YouTube comments, simply because they haven't got the ability to make intelligent suggestions about the comments, and because they must be frustrated or whatever it is what limits their ability to express themselves, they're straight into this very, very serious abuse. And it can come from anywhere, not just ranted old blokes. It can come from young women who also say go and die and stuff like that because of whatever is their disposition. Now, I might make an appeal to YouTube and Google, because I think these things are really, YouTube's the best thing on the planet at the moment. If there's a God, he made YouTube, because then it allows everyone to have a voice as much as possible, and wherever, and we can then transmit our ideas to the world who receives them. That's just the luck, the randomness of it all. But that's good. We don't have to big audiences, but it is a means of expressing ourselves that is no longer available in society, or even universities, or any of these places that have gone from places where knowledge is expansionary to knowledge has become orthodox and limited. So YouTube and Google are, in my mind, if it wasn't for America and its ideas of freedom of speech, the world would be a very, very dark place right now, because certainly in Australia they would not allow freedom of speech. If they could get away with it, they'd ban YouTube in this country. In this country of Australia, they really are into limiting speech as much as they can. They protect Muslims who stop people speaking freely in this country, but they do not protect people from speaking freely from Muslims. This is a simple fact. Or they allow gays to blockade and chant and scream at people and close down meetings. And then they allow climate fanatics to also scream and close down meetings. So the government itself is inadvertently or on purpose stopping people freely expressing themselves, because the government does not wants to condition people into limiting what they can say. The government has to be behind the fact that there's a limited, more and more limitations on what can be said, because they don't offer any protections at university or anywhere for people who want to express themselves freely. And in fact, people at universities who have said very, very innocuous things towards other people are being dragged over the coals and being called racist, when they're absolutely not racist. They're just treating another person actually equally. So the thing is though, it's about the offensive, the swearing, the really, really, truly horrible abuse what's on there, what people come up with. I would like to see that sort of curtailed or limitations on, because then that would force those people to think before they said. If their comments with fuck you and all that in it, go and die and all that in it, were banned, the same people would want to express themselves, but they would have to find more intelligent ways of doing so, and that would lift the whole ethos of YouTube. It would lift the whole, it would change the whole culture of communication, simply by, not by restricting what people say, but restricting how they say it. I don't care if people disagree with me, that's their prerogative. I don't really give a damn what they believe, that's their prerogative. But it is odd to have people threaten you with death and really offensive, you know, really crude. That's odd. It's confronting. Go and die, old man, and stuff like that. It's confronting. To have people say those sorts of things is confronting, and they wouldn't say it to your face. This is the thing, because these people are intellectual cowards, and they're not very well educated, and the only way to force them to have an education is to ban them and stop them or limit them or warn them, say, no, you can't say these things. You can't say fuck off, you can't say go die, you can't say those things that are directly a personal attack on another person and do not address the subject matter itself. Because that's where freedom of speech is going wrong. If people are free to abuse people more and more, the people who can explain things from the aspect of knowledge and in an enlightened manner, like Socrates or Platonic way, are basically attacked for doing so, more and more so. And now we need to turn that around, and with YouTube and Google, maybe that can happen. Maybe that can happen when we can change the intelligence around so there is more constructural or constructive information through the discourse, rather than a lot of noise. That people can make noise, of course they do, they will, and you can't stop the chatter. But by warning people about the quality of their conversations or comments, will make, because everyone wants to express themselves and they should be encouraged to do so. Everyone should be encouraged to express themselves, but encouraging them to express themselves in an intelligent and thoughtful manner will force them maybe to do a little bit more research and open their minds. So that is the key, if you like, to evolving in a positive manner the conversation on Google and YouTube, and therefore we can affect outcomes on this planet far more wisely and peacefully than they are now, where it's just, we might as well be primitive, throwing clubs and spears at each other at the moment, because that's about at the level we seem to be going into. Anyway, just my thoughts on the matter, and I thank you once again. YouTube and Google, God bless you wherever you are. You're my heroes right now, I can tell you that. Thank you.